Hi, Kent Ackerman, Union Marine Bellingham. Today we're going to showcase the 2025 Boston Whaler 325 Conquest. Just a unique vessel that is set up for both fishing and recreational use. But let's take a look at the boat and we'll kind of walk you through it. If they remember the video way back in 1961 when Dick Fisher cut one of the boat's bows off and the boat drove around and stayed upright with no problem. That technology is still available on these particular boats, and it's really why that we consider them to be the safest, most sturdy boat that you can possibly get on the water. The 325 is unique because it has a brand new hull design, very efficient, very smooth in the water, handles the big water with no problems. But it really is the unibody construction that we talked about when they cut the boat in half. These boats won't sink, and that unibody construction is what makes the Boston Whaler such a beast on the water. As we walk up into the front of the boat, on the outside, you will see that it is a full walk-around design, real nice aisleways to get up to the bow. The bow, of course, will have the windlass anchor, and you can operate that windlass from either the anchor locker itself or off the helm. I always want to point out the huge windows. No cowling at all, full wide windows, great visibility, and you'll see that when we walk inside. Starting at the back of the boat, Boston Whaler 325 is equipped either with the 300 V8s or the new 400 V10. Strong engines that really push this boat upwards of speeds of close to 48 miles per hour at top speed. It loves that 30-31 miles per hour at cruising. That's where it's most fuel efficient. It's kind of a split personality boat in that it not only is set up extremely well for fishing, but it also now has the amenities for the family. So you can use this boat for outings out into the San Juan Islands, weekend getaways, or going out and fishing for the day. Very nice boat in that light. I love the new walk-through dive door. Of course, it does have a big dive ladder that makes it easier to get cargo on board, but also easier for people to board. And as you look at this back deck, nice size overall. 4 fishermen with no problem whatsoever. You have 32-gallon fish boxes, and down here below, all the boats are normally outfitted with a generator as well as a cockpit table. And you might notice these really nice fold-out benches and couches that allow for that recreational use we were talking about. Boston Whaler's done a very good job in storage for this back area. You do have a lot of utility drawers here. This is also an option on this particular drawer to put an electric grill in, but really good room for all your dry storage. You do have this pull-out footrest. So like, remember, we talked about this being a canvas back. I can reverse that seat and sit this way. But we also find that this is a very good area to sit when you have your table out. Just gives you another seat to have. As we close that up, you also have really good storage down here. This is a good place for all your fishing tackle, whatever outside gear you want, your life jackets, what have you. Boat is equipped with raw water washdown, dockside water hookup, as well as a freshwater shower coming off the 45-gallon freshwater tank that's built internally into the boat. Boston Whaler does equip most of their boats with this live bait well. The bait well is with aeration and everything else, so it will keep whatever you have in there live. Here in the Great Northwest, it's a great place to put your shrimp and crab catch. Of course, it does have a waste tank and a full vacuum flush head. It's about a 12-gallon tank, if I recall. But the range on this boat is exceptional. It's got a 300-gallon fuel tank. So your range on this is extremely good. And of course, like I said, with its top speed and cruising speed, you'll get out into the fishing grounds very, very quickly. So as we go forward into the boat and look at the helm station, I would like to mention that Boston Whaler does have this boat in both the pilot house version, which is the full glass with the full closable door, but they also do it in the canvas back so you can open it up during the nice weather as well. So they do give you that versatility. You have a refrigerator and a sink right where it needs to be. One of the other great features is the optional sunshade that you can put on this boat. It is fully powered out all the way to the back of the back seat here. So when you're relaxing, you can get out of the sun. Walking into the helm, I think one of the single most great innovations that Boston Whaler has recently done is the portside seating. Very versatile in that I can put this table completely down. It just folds up and then you push it down with these levers. Once I do that, I can then move this seat into a forward-facing seat instead of the back-facing seat. Very easy to do, very robust handle. Again, testimony on how well the Boston Whalers are built. As you walk into this area here, all your battery switches are located very conveniently as you get on the boat. The helm is really an exceptional helm. You can put dual screen. This particular one came with just a single screen. That seat is completely swivelable and adjustable. The arms will come up and it does have a nice bolster pad. This boat is equipped with the joystick control. And I tell you, if you get anxiety putting a boat into a dock, this will relieve that anxiety. It makes it super easy to dock this boat and move it around in tight areas. That feature is really unique because it also gives you the sky hook feature, which will allow you to keep your boat at a particular coordinate without having to touch the wheel. Really nice feature to have. The boats are typically outfitted with trim tabs so you can change the attitude of the boat. This particular one is also unique because we also put a bow thruster in it. When you're out in the winter time, sometimes the winds are pretty strong. This will really allow you great maneuverability even on the worst days. Going into the helm switches as well is you do have all your controls for all your vents for the windshield, as well as, like I said before, you have all your lights and your windlass anchor controls. It does have the self-belling cockpit, so those are your scupper drains down there. Cleaning this boat is as simply as getting up here with a hose and hosing it down and then wiping it off. Coming down into the lower cabin, one of the things I want to point out, I'm 6'2", and it's very easy to get into this helm area, and I have very good headroom as well. So even people up towards of 6'5" are very comfortable in this boat. Kind of looking back into the back end of the boat itself, that is our mid-berth. Comes complete with shelving and storage areas and a really nice comfortable pad, about a 6 foot wide long bed, so it's a good double bed is the best way to describe it. You do have nice closets, like I said. Good area overall, and then of course you transition into the galley area, which does have your refrigerator, your sink, really good storage overall for plates and garbage cans. You have a nice little storage area here for silverware and glasses, and of course you have a little place over here, and a lot of times I suggest that's where you're going to put some of your cleaning products, so it's very easy to get to. Of course, a full microwave. And as we move over to here, you will see the breaker panels, both the AC, DC. This is where you will start up your generator. This is where all your controls for all your power outlets, lighting, refrigerator, all that is controlled through this area here. Boston Whaler does use Westerbeek gas-powered 7 kilowatt generators, which makes this a really nice boat for that weekend camping trip. So as we move into this panel, this is where your main control for your AM, FM, Bluetooth stereo is. And of course you do have your handheld radio, VHF radio here as well. And I should point out that there is a full VHF radio in the overhead, so that way you have control of the boat anytime that you need to, regardless where you are in the boat itself. Again, I have to talk about the openness of the 32-foot walk around. This is a big boat. It's got a 10-foot 8-inch beam. Being over 32 feet, it really gives you the space where you can hold 4 people very comfortably down here and not feel like you're overly crowded. As we transition into this area, the head of the boat, Very well appointed, fairly good size in my opinion. It does have a full vacuum flush head. You do have storage, and of course it is a wet head in that you do just take your sink and you put it up here for your shower. This is well set up, beautiful table overall that folds forward so you can easily get into the boat. And the thing that I really like to always point out is how big the furniture is. You can fit 4 to 5 adults at this table with no problem whatsoever, very comfortably. And then just fold this out. This is also a full V-berth, so this table will drop down and then all the pads move forward, so you have a very comfortable berth. You do have heating vents back here as well, so you can stay nice and warm. And even though it has all these nice amenities, we still want to hang on to the fact that this is a fishing boat, and you do have your rod holders and everything else right here. So that is the walkthrough of the 2025 Boston Whaler 325 Conquest. Wonderful boat, full of amenities. What do you want to do on the water? That split personality really shines through. One of the things I want to talk about as well is service after the sale. Here at Union Marine, not only are we going to spend the time training you on using the boat, the operation and the maintenance, getting you comfortable on the water, but it also is something that's really important to mention is that we do offer full service. That service can be here at the dock, or we do have mobile service if you have an issue getting into us or your schedule is a little bit tight, we'll come and help you. I think that's a unique feature where we really back up the sale. If you are interested in the boat or any Boston Whaler, feel free to contact us. This is Union Marine Bellingham. Thanks so much.